The secret to playing really good rhythm, or playing a really good rhythm guitar, or even as a lead guitar player, being really rhythmically good, is really there is no secret. What a big surprise. The first thing is, of course, you have to practice your basic rhythm course stuff. I'm talking about like what is a quarter note, then practice quarter notes to a metronome or to a drum beat, then go to the next step, practice half notes, whole notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, then the triplet stuff. Mix those two things. Practice playing binary and ternary systems. So you're playing triplets and then you're playing eighth notes, for example. That's the basic stuff. Then then the second part of being a really good rhythm player is just listening to the other people, the other musicians around you, or if you're a solo artist and there are no other musicians around you, you really, first of all, then it's not as a big deal because you're making your own metronome, you're making your own timing, but still you want to, most of the time you're not going to be, you don't want to, to drift off completely. Like, let's say you're a classical musician and you're performing, your classical work, a Bach piece or something, and you don't want to start at 60 BPM when that piece is in 60 BPM, and then at the end of that piece, after playing for 4 or 5 minutes, you don't want to be at 120 BPMs. That's what I'm talking about. So, in a sense, of course, even then you have to have a very strong internal timing. So, in a certain way, that is even more a challenge, I find, when you're playing all by yourself. And because, of course, you could say, okay, there's no other musicians, I don't have to adapt to them, I don't have to listen to, yes, that is true, but you have to listen to your own timing, you have to be an absolute master of keeping time, basically. That is especially true when you're playing by yourself, but it is also the same thing when you're playing with other musicians. Victor Boutin said that once, that he asked like that question in some interview: who is in charge of keeping the time in a band? Is it the bass player? Is it the drummer? Is it the guitar player, the saxophonist? And the answer is, of course, it is every single person has the same responsibility. The singer, normally you wouldn't think that a singer has to keep time, but of course they do. And a good singer, you notice that right away. They have excellent timing. Listen to Miles Kennedy and people like of his skill level. They have perfect rhythm. What is perfect? But they have a very good internal rhythm. He's a very good guitar player, and you can hear that in his singing. That he's just rhythmically on. He's on it, He's just really strong at that. So basically, here's 2 ways to practice that, First of all, as I said, go practice your absolute basics. And by the way, go to my Patreon if you want to support me. And I've got a little course started on just that topic because I find it is so important. It covers the absolute basics. I've just started uploading that course, so there's only one video there, but I'm gonna upload the other videos in the coming weeks and months. So, just a course where you practice, as I said, the basic rhythms and really become good at that. You don't really have to do all those complicated rhythms. You don't need that really. Like, except if you're playing in an absolute progressive metal band. If you're playing normal rock music, you're not going to need complicated rhythms. But do practice the basic stuff really, really good. That's my advice. And the second thing is listen to what is happening around you. I'm going to give you an example. So I'm going to turn on a drum beat here on YouTube. Let's say this one. Okay, what do we have here? Now I could decide where I want to put my focus on. Like, let's say I want to put my focus just on the backbeat on the snare. Bah, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna make up a riff now. Let me see if the volume is right here. Okay, here we go. 2, 3. Yeah, the volume on my headphone is not perfect. The point, what I'm trying to display here in this little demo, is I was listening primarily to the snare, and I was not paying as much attention to what I was even playing. My focus was to, I would say, 70% on the drum track, and especially on the snare, on the backbeat. That's the 2 and the 4 of a beat. And the rest of the 20% was on the guitar, and then 10% of my brain was somewhere completely else. Try that. That's like, it's so easy. Like that's the secret, you know. Listen to your other players, what they are doing. That's my advice. That's my recommendation. Try that. This is a short little video. I had a little injury, so to say, with my shoulder, so it took me quite a while to get back into this YouTube thing. And it's getting better now. Hopefully I'm gonna, you know, in the next couple of weeks, hope that it's gonna heal off completely. If you've ever had anything with your shoulder, I think it comes from guitar playing, because I played for many hours this August, every day, like 4 or 5 hours. I was just sitting outside on the porch. It was nice weather, and I had a really bad posture. Kind of, I was like hunched back into a chair, like playing like this. I thought I was being relaxed, but that's kind of tricky, as I found out. You can sometimes still tense up, although you think you are being relaxed. But maybe that's a topic for another video. People, hope you like this video. I'm gonna keep you updated in the next couple of weeks, and like, share, comment, leave a subscribe, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.